In this chapter, we're going to take some of the techniques and a lot of the knowledge that we've acquired during this MySQL title, and we're going to put them to practical use. We're going to develop a database and an application that will act as the front end for that database from scratch. First of all, we're going to look at the needs behind the development of this database application. Then we're going to design the structure of the database using an entity relationship diagram. Then we're going to get into some more detail as regards the tables that go to make up the database. And we're going to build the structure of the database itself in SQL. Finally, we're going to build the application itself that will act as the front end for this database. We're going to be focusing on the SQL queries that are embedded within the application script. We're not going to be focusing on the application code itself too much, because that's a technology-specific issue. I've written the application for this chapter as a set of PHP scripts, but the principles apply across the board to whatever particular programming language you want to use to build your application that will interface with your MySQL database. First of all, let's take a look at the needs that are behind our application's development. Our remit is to build a video shops database system. Now this is a small video shop that rents out videos to its customers. That's its main business. That's what we're going to be focusing on. So what does this particular video shop need from a database? Let's sketch down a few ideas. I like to draw things out get them down on paper, scribble them out however I can to begin with. Doesn't matter how childish it looks or how unstructured it is, so long as everything we think of gets down on paper, then we can juggle it around later. So here I've drawn a rough sketch of a video shop, and I'm going to start putting in what I think are important elements of the way the video shop works. There's a stock of videos within the video shop, and a customer, very important to the video shop as well. Customers, the video that the customers hired is maybe a separate concept from the videos in stock within the video shop. There's also an employee to serve the customer, and the time I think is important as well, because video rental shops generally charge late fees for videos that aren't returned on time. There I've outlined the video in red to show that that's a separate issue as well, late videos, and the fine which has to be paid to the video shop when the customer has overdue videos. I thought that a manager would be an important issue as well in the video shop, potentially. A manager to control the employees. And I also finally thought that an important functionality of any video shop system would be to locate specific videos based on a small amount of data. So if a customer comes in with a query, then the video system should be able to suggest movies that would be to that customer's taste. Now let's take a look at the processes that are involved in realizing this set of needs. I've split this up into tasks, just a set of tasks that have to be carried out by the application. I'm not worried about how it's doing it at the moment, just these are the things that need to be done. The first thing that the application needs to be able to do is register that a customer has checked out a particular movie. And of course, when the customer returns the movie, that should be marked as well. As I just mentioned, we should be able to search for a movie using the database with different criteria depending on what level of specificness the customer wishes to use in their search. We need to be able to add new movies to the stock as they come in. We need to be able to look at a customer's account and see if they have late fees and so on. And we need to be able to chase up on all the particular films that are overdue within the system. We need to be able to allow new customers to sign up and be logged onto our system. And a couple of extra items here would be to add and remove staff members. Immediately after noting down these two tasks, I immediately thought that this should be something that only the boss would be able to do. And therefore, we need to be able to have the boss logging in as a different kind of user. So perhaps that introduces another element, the user of the database, which some will have other different privileges from others. I started to sketch all these ideas out into a diagram that, while it is still quite unstructured, is going to show something of the way in which these processes are linked. First of all, we log in. Once we've logged in, we get to the main area of the site. We should be able to access the customer's account from here and look at what videos they have on their account. They should be able to take videos out and check them back in. The system should automatically be able to see if the videos have been put back in late and charge the customer accordingly. There should be a facility on the system to note that the customer has paid when they have, so that the employee can register that fact. We should be able to create new customer accounts from the application as well, and to add new videos. We should also be able to find a particular video based on a customer request, and we should be able to log out again as well, so that we can log in as a different user. We should also be able, if we're the boss, to hire and fire the employees, that is, removing or adding them from the system. Now that we've looked at the main set of objectives for our application and our database, we're going to look in the next movie in some more detail at the initial design for our database structure.